Hey, good morning everyone. So I'm gonna go over the tools that I use whenever I'm pruning a tree or doing some sort of maintenance. So right off the bat, if there's a big branch that I need to cut, I do use my saw. It's electrical. It's not meant for cutting trees or branches, but I do use it, and I'll show you in a little bit how I use it. It's super quick, and I mostly use it for building stuff, but I use it for my trees and stuff as well, so that's pretty cool. The next thing I got, I think these are called loppers. So there's that, and the shears. I've always called them pruners, but they're pruning shears. And lastly, this is not meant for trees or gardening. It's for construction, but I did have the pruning saw before, but one thing I didn't like about it is that it sort of resembled these teeth, except that the pruning saw had the teeth a lot bigger, and I had problems where I'd be cutting the branch and I would have to apply so much force that once I cut it, it would actually go all the way through and stab the tree, or I would actually cut into it. I would cut the branch, but then I would also end up cutting the tree or hurting the tree, or doing something like that. So when I saw this, it's for construction, so the blade does come out. This one has a finer, well, the teeth are a lot smaller, so I can get a much smoother cut whenever I'm cutting the branches. And oh, wrong way. Well, it doesn't matter which way you put it. It will lock both ways. See? So same thing. It's not for pruning trees, but I can use it with my construction stuff and my gardening stuff. So I do like this. If the blade ever breaks, I can just replace it, or whatever. As far as a pruning saw goes, I did buy a wood one, and it broke over time. So here we go. So the first thing I'm going to do is, let me go up. That'll work. So there is a branch. There is a branch right there that I need to cut, simply because it's crashing or intersecting, whatever you want to call it, into another branch, and I don't want them to keep rubbing into each other. So what I'm going to use is the saw, and you'll see how easy it is. And there goes that. So the branch was pretty big, but here we go. All right, there's a branch. So it was pretty big, but as you can see, this is where it was scraping with the other one. Not bad, but still, I don't want any branches crashing into themselves. So now it's a bit more open. There'll be like more circulation, more sunlight going through. So depending on the tree that you're doing this, some people will recommend different strategies. It's up to you. Just do your research. As for me, I'm gonna leave this stump. Hopefully more new growth comes out the sides. If not, I can always just cut it back. No big deal. Okay, the last thing I'm going to do for this video is I'm going to get rid of this branch right here, simply because I already have one branch coming this way. It's a little close to the house or the shed, but it's okay. And then I already have this branch on this side coming this way. So I do want to have somewhat an open, I don't say concept, but an open idea where it's spread out, sort of like an umbrella. Not really, but hopefully get the idea. So this branch, it's right here. I'm going to get rid of it. But what I'm going to do, since I don't want, you know, anything left over, I'm going to use the, what is it called? Man, I always keep forgetting names. Let me show you. This guy. So I'm going to use this one. Like I said, it's not for gardening, but I do like the blade, and I can replace it. So all I'm going to do is I can get a clean cut by going in through here, and most likely I may have to come in through the back as well. But the thing I like about it is that I get to control the speed, momentum, pressure, you name it. Whereas if I was using the saw or something electrical, I have to be very, very careful, because anything will cause it to, I don't want to say go out of control, but you know, do its thing. That looks pretty good. So first thing I'm going to do is just grab my saw and cut it anywhere. The reason for that is because I don't want to have this weight, or the weight of the branch, end up causing too much pressure as I'm being careful, using, let's call it the hand saw, pruning saw, but that's not what it is. So here we go. I cut it at the bottom because sometimes it'll peel off, and I don't want to cause damage to the main part of the tree. All right, that's gone. And now time for, you know, the one I can control. So that's about it. So not the, I don't say smoothest, but it's pretty close to where I want it. And all I'm going to do now is I'm going to seal it, and as time goes by, the tree itself will eventually, you know, heal over itself. So here we go. So I got this tree pruning seal. Ain't good enough. It sort of looks like tar. I don't know if it is or not, but that's what it reminds me of. Good enough. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna continue pruning the tree, do a little maintenance on it. All right, so it might be hard to see, but as I was, you know, doing some maintenance of pruning my tamarind tree, I cut this dead branch, and I think I might have killed some sort of bug that was living in here. Because from over here I can see there's a big old hole, and then over here the wood started to get wet, the dry wood. So I think the bug might still be here. I just happened to chop it in half on accident. Yep, there it is. Just get it out. All right, so that is the bug. It's a type of borrower or burrower, I don't know how you pronounce it, something like that. A bug that pretty much burrows inside your fruit trees. There's a larva stage. I don't know how much damage they actually do in the inside of it, but you know, if it's like one or two, no big deal. But when you have a, you know, I don't say a colony, but when you have a bunch of these, you know, it's a different story. So all I'm going to do now is seal this hole up with that tree wound seal, just like I did on this side, and hopefully, you know, that helps the tree out a bit. Thanks everyone.